Hey there, my name is Alex, I am the Silver Mont, and in this video we're going to review Gauntlet Slayer Edition, played on Steam. It's a somewhat older game, having released several years ago, but it's also one I've known about, well, for years. Gauntlet, after all, is a famous dungeon crawling game that's been around since 1985, I think, so it's a good deal older than I am. And yet, I had never played any Gauntlet game until now. So, if you're wondering what the game is about, well, you will pick one of 4 heroes, 5, including the DLC, and delve deeper and deeper through a classic fantasy dungeon, or, well, wizard's tower. Orcs, spiders, skeletons, and all manner of fantasy creatures you would expect, coming at you in hordes as you venture through caverns, dungeons, dark tunnels, and whatnot. The game is multiplayer and, well, it's best played with friends. 4 players total, but only 1 player per class or character. And what are those classes? Thor the Warrior is a barbarian who utilizes melee attacks and can whirlwind spin, as all good barbarians do. The Valkyrie is similar in that she's a melee fighter, but also she has a shield and spear, which can be used to both defend, blocking against frontal waves, great for holding choke points like small doors, and the spear is used to make great lunges. Then we have the Elf, who is the most boring character in my opinion, as you basically just pew pew arrows and drop bombs, or charge up a single stronger arrow. Whereas the most interesting character comes next. The Wizard. Using button combinations, you will unleash a number of different magical spells. For example, XX will give you an ice beam, whereas YB will give you a lobbing fireball, and BB gives you a shield. 9 combinations, I believe, and different spellbooks you buy will change one of the elements, giving you access to different spells. The hardest to play, but also the most rewarding, for me personally. The spells work vaguely like Ninpo in Final Fantasy XIV, if you've played Ninja in that. Different mudra combinations, different jutsu. Every character has a variety of cosmetics to buy with in-game money. Hats, armor, capes, and so on. But more importantly, gold is also used to grab new potions and relics. Potions are unique to each character, and you could say they are equivalent to a limited special attack. You need a potion that you will find in the level to use them, and then when you activate it, it will do something powerful. Relics, meanwhile, work on a cooldown and can do anything from buffing movement speed to summoning a gargoyle to assist you. Finally, there are different weapons. The aforementioned wizard spellbooks will swap out a spell school. For example, if you swap your spells out, you might still have your fireball, but your teleport might get replaced with a lightning zigzag attack, and so on. Whereas the barbarian is able to get different hammers and axes, and well, you get the idea. And these weapons will usually change at least one of your skills. There is an extra character too, the necromancer, who is a paid DLC. I bought that character as otherwise when all my friends were playing, I would have been stuck as the elf because I'm nice and let my friend play the wizard, you know. But the necromancer uses skeletons to attack, and depending on which weapon you have equipped, you will have different skeletons. For example, the first one is a large skeleton that does an overhead hammer slam, whereas the second one just has you shooting a little projectile from your rod. And these weapons also determine what minion you will summon. The first weapon has you summoning up to 5 little skeleton men who run around bashing things, whereas the second one has you summoning ghosts, who will fly around and then ram into enemies and explode. Nice. As for gold, that is your primary resource in Gauntlet. It is used to buy every upgrade, and it isn't shared between players, meaning you can expect a few ruined friendships when your buddy casually pilfers the gold you had your eye on, or casually walks over your dead body and takes some of your gold and then claims later that it was a mistake. Same with food. Used as the main healing item in Gauntlet, it can't be shared, so first come first served, as they say. Plus, food can be destroyed. If you happen to smack it, it will explode, and the narrator will make sure everyone knows who did it. All of this means Gauntlet is, well, it's a co-op game, but you're also somewhat competing against other players for gold and the crown, which gives you a bonus when you pick it up. This naturally depends on the friends you're playing with. If you have a reasonable friend, you will probably come to an agreement to roughly split the gold equally between you. Then you might have a friend, like Gerald or Matt, who will vacuum up all the gold and leave you destitute. Alas. Gameplay. Well, you've hopefully gotten an idea from watching the video. It's vaguely Diablo-ish, but simple in that there's no real stats and leveling up. It's a fun little arcade experience. I picked the game up on sale, picking up a 4-pack for under $15, I believe. If I were just buying a single copy, it would have been less than 5, so I definitely think it's worth it for a few nights of co-op fun. And also a game you can very easily go back and play at any time. It's a very small game in terms of file size. I think it's like a gigabyte or less, maybe. And it's very easy to pick back up. Compared to, say, Neo 2, which is a game I love, but having not played it for, 5 or 6 months and then going back to it, well, for starters, it's a large download, and also takes a while for all that muscle memory to come back with stance swapping and button combos and all that stuff. Gauntlet, though, is very easy to pick up and play, and whether you have one friend or three to play it with, or two, I suppose, it's a fun little adventure. And I can definitely say it's worth a shot. I was playing with gamepad, and that seems the superior way to play, especially for wizard. The other classes would be fine on keyboard and mouse, but that about does it. Check the game out if it piqued your curiosity. It goes on sale quite a lot, and it runs fine on PC, and I had no technical issues with it. Until next time though, thank you guys so much for watching, and take care. I will catch you real soon.